That would be a good news for us now. Also, don't forget that Raheem Sterling was not available for this one because of the late signing last night as the transfer window was about to close. Yes, last season and the season before, since Arteta has been in Arsenal, there has been this criticism that he does not make use of his squad. Today, and don't forget that Brighton has been a team that has enjoyed playing at the Emirates in the past few seasons before last season. They've won Arsenal home at that season in Emirates, I think twice or 3 times the last 4 seasons. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Transit TV, Arsenal won, Brighton won. This one ended. 2 teams who had that perfect start to the season alongside Manchester City losing their perfect start to the season. And yes, it was. If you watched our preview of this weekend's games, you know that I said it, and we knew that it was always going to be a difficult game for Arsenal. And Brighton has shown this season so far under a new manager that they're not that to be taken seriously. Little tweak to the way De Zerbi ran things at the Amex has shown that Brighton are to be taken seriously this season if they can continue with the way they have started the season so far. So it was always going to be a difficult one for Arsenal, though you once still expected Arsenal to find a way, as they have been a team that always found a way to win games in the last few seasons. But and it looked like so starting very strongly, of course, very strong in possession, created chances, and found the win in the first goal by Kai Havertz, who has continued to justify the confidence that has shown in him to lead the lines for Arsenal. A lot of people, the transfer window shut yesterday. A lot of Arsenal fans expected Arsenal to make a signing in that position, but Arteta again this season has gone with leaving Havertz and Jesus to lead the attack for Arsenal. Yeah, the talking points on this one were. It was a very tricky game. It was an interesting one. There's so much. It was a very eventful game. And somebody has said it a few weeks ago that Arsenal always are scapegoats when there are new rules in the game. A lot of people don't understand, but there's a new rule this season that when you stop a quick start to restart of the game, it's always going to be a yellow card. Somebody has said that an Arsenal player is always going to be the player, or Arsenal is always going to be the team that will be used to let people understand these new rules. And that happened today. Ben White, Declan Rice, unfortunately, was the culprit and got sent off. Yeah, like I said, in the first half, this game looked like a game that Arsenal was going to win. Of course, they took the lead, and there were a few. I was making my notes, and I observed a few things in the game. First of all, Arsenal looked like a team, like I said in the last episode as well. Somebody also mentioned that Arteta looks like he wants to win this league with defensive solidity, which is what I saw today. But apart from just defending, I noticed some movements, some tweak to the way Arsenal is playing, some improvements to developments, especially with Saliba. When Arsenal has possession of the ball, there are some movements that he makes, attacking movement that he makes in the middle of the park, and also has developed his skills in making a midfield, if you call it that, breaking passes to the mid to lead to Arsenal attacking midfielders, especially to Odegaard, to lead transition for Arsenal. So this was my observation in the first half, and of course Arsenal was solid defensively as well. Just before and again in the first half, and looking at the first 2 games this season for Arsenal, Declan Rice, I don't think is settled in that left 8 position. He really has been struggling, and he struggled in this game as well, holding possession and being able to be creative or helping Arsenal attacking wise in that position. I don't know if last season he did a little bit better in that there, but this season he's been struggling. I don't know if it's fatigue from the busy summer for him, or he's not just comfortable playing in that position, which justifies why Arsenal has gone to sign Mikel Moreno, who unfortunately could not play today because of the injury he got in training yesterday. So yeah, Declan Rice is a very serious talking point for me. I've watched him 2 games now before today. He doesn't look comfortable in that position, and he's going to be one to watch out for as the season unfolds. So the question now is Declan Rice going to lose his starting position in Arsenal? Because if Mikel Moreno is better than him in that position, right now Partey is fit and firing. Partey, I don't think deserves to be dropped. So does it mean that the 110 million signing for Arsenal last season is going to not be able to be in the starting lineup for the Gunners? So that is one to keep eye on as the season goes by. We don't know how long Moreno is going to be out for. Yeah, it said a few weeks. The international break is on after today's games. So Arsenal has 2 games to 2 weekends to deal with, to enjoy that absence, and we hope that before the next game, Moreno will be back, or at least be close to coming back to the fold, and that would be a good news for us now. Also, don't forget that Raheem Sterling was not available for this one because of the late signing last night as the transfer window was about to close. Yes, that's for me what is first talking point. The second talking point is Thomas Partey. Partey has been doing good, but he is being caught in possession, more than necessary in games. Today, a few times he also was caught in possession, and Arsenal almost paid for it, but they didn't eventually. But having said that, he can also not overlook his importance in the team. Partey is looking to come back to his best. It's just this, if he can cut out this aspect of being caught on the ball, I think he's getting back to his best, and the more he can stay fit and keep doing this for Arsenal, the more chances Arsenal have in winning games. Yeah, that's another very important talking point. We want to look out for Thomas Partey staying fit and reaching his peak in terms of fitness and being available for Arsenal is going to be key for them going forward. Again, Kai Havertz, you cannot discuss Arsenal games and not discuss Kai Havertz. First half, 100% pass accuracy, 1 shot on target, 1 goal, and this is the 4th time he's scoring against Brighton. Straight 4 consecutive games, 4 goals against them. You cannot go wrong with that. Many are asking, can he deliver 25 goals a season? So far, 3 games, 2 goals. I don't know if you can go wrong with that for a player that many think is not a striker and not able to lead the line for Arsenal. So Kai Havertz did this in this game for Arsenal, created a very big chance for Saka in the second half as well. Don't forget that. And they missed another one himself in the second half, even after Arsenal was 1 man down. So Kai Havertz looks like he is ready, and he looks very, very ready. Doesn't shy away from duels, and goes about his business quietly and in a very courageous manner, and keeps pushing the corner. So Kai Havertz, like I said in the last episode, Arsenal fans need to respect and support Kai Havertz and this team, because he looks like he is ready for the responsibility that Arteta has given to him, and he most likely is going to justify it this season going forward. Then another talking point and observation in this game, last season and the season before, since Arteta has been in Arsenal, there has been this criticism that he does not make use of his squad. Today, he has shown that the reason why he wasn't doing that was because he didn't trust those players. Arsenal has trimmed down their squad. A lot of players left this summer. Chris Nelson, Emile Smith-Rowe, Eddie Nketiah, and Lakonga, Tavares, if you want to include those ones, and of course Fabio Vieira, all went on loan. And today, if you were before, even in the face of adversity, Arteta would have stuck with the players he had on the pitch. But now he has players that he trusts. So once things happened, he made the changes. Because if you remember in this game, Brighton completely turned around the fortunes of this game, took over possession. Arsenal could not get their foot on the ball, put Arsenal under serious pressure. They were just the last seat for Arsenal in their half for a very long time, until Arteta started And Arteta started making the changes, and that affected the game in favor of Arsenal and allowed them time to get up the pitch a little bit. Brought in Calafiori immediately for Trossard, then eventually bringing in Martinelli for Odegaard, and of course Zinchenko came in later on in the game to replace Jurgen Timber. So Arteta has shown today in this game that he is ready to make changes in games, and the good thing about this is if he can do this, he's going to keep these players fresher because they're going to play lesser minutes and be ready for the long haul. I believe Arsenal is sure when this game started today, and this is the reason why this sport is very, very interesting. It cannot script a game of football. Looking at the squads, I was like, Arsenal is so thin in attacking positions. It was just Martinelli on the bench as an experienced player for Arsenal. The remaining of the attacking players there, a couple of them, one area and the other player, we are all academic players given chances after the exit of Reece Nelson, Nketiah and Emile Smith Rowe. I was like, if there's need for Arsenal to find a way to score goals today, minus sport kicks, how are they going to do it? But the game turned around and Arsenal required more defensive positions than attacking, and this is why you cannot really script this game, this sport. He can spin on his head at any given time for himself and for the excitement of the fans and people who watch the game around the globe. And that leads us to Declan Rice's red card, and I think that was naive of Declan Rice, because there is a new rule, and I know all these clubs take their time to educate these players on new rules going to the season. There was no need for that, because this was almost on the corner flag for Brighton. That's where the free kick was. So even if you allow Brighton to take a quick one there, it's not going to give. It wasn't a counter. It was the players were in their position. So why would you kick the ball away? You're already in a yellow card. So it's one of those ones that it depends on how the referee decides to say it. He can have a war with Declan Rice and tell him not to do that next time and overlook it. But he decided to go with the law, and the law says if you stop a quick restart of the game, it's a yellow card. You're already on yellow card, second yellow, and Declan Rice was out. And immediately this game, because Brighton is not a team that you're going to mess around with when it comes to quality, comes to attacking football. They have serious players in their team. Maitoma, the Minte that they just brought in Dinkley can't even start the game for Brighton. That tells you the quality they had. Your Pedro has also shown me. Remember last weekend he was the one that undid Manchester United and got the win for Brighton. So Danny Welbeck has been getting better as he gets older for Brighton. So this is a team. Dunk is a player that you do not allow time on the ball, which Arsenal did today, and he hurt Arsenal really bad with a very sumptuous pass to Minte. So so Brighton Declan Rice was very, very naive there, and he will not blame the referee. This game spin on his head because of that incident. Because at that time Arsenal was on top of the game and had a chance to win this one. We're not going to talk about this and not talk about Brighton. This is enough of Arsenal. Brighton, it showed the reason why they have to be respected. Have a new coach, youngest coach to have a full-time position in the EPL, 31 years, and he has come in. Yes, Brighton wasn't a pushover team before he came in, but he has adjusted some things. I mentioned that last week as well. Brighton is now a little bit more direct. Before, under the Zebi, they were too possession-based. They still have their possession game, but they are quicker in transition and more direct. And this is the taking advantage of this because of the pace of Pedro and the player they have up front. So they try to hit you on the break and hit the balls forward as quickly as they can. They are incisive, and they use all these Arsenals, all these qualities today. Once Arsenal got that red card and piled of pressure on Arsenal, got their goal equalizer and kept pushing for the winner. The only thing you can say, and again, another thing about Brighton is the confidence that they have. They are very defiant. They don't look back. They keep going. They keep going. They keep going. They trust their qualities. They are confident about what they can deliver, and that they use today a lot. But Arsenal was able to see themselves through the changes. Calafiori, I must mention, shown that he is a defender for the EPL, physically and even going forward, has an eye to go forward as well. And I think Arsenal has got themselves a very good defender right there. Defensively, I don't see any team that is better than Arsenal defensively in the league right now. So they almost now depends on what they can do going forward. So Brighton has to be taken seriously this season. If they can maintain this momentum, maintain the way they're playing right now, I'll tell you what, they are going to be a very serious candidate for the top 4 finish this season in the EPL. And in terms of Brighton, the only thing I find that they need to work on is composure. Yes, they try to hit things quickly on a break, but they also need to work on composure. You need to have that balance to know when to hit those passes and when to recycle the ball. So they kind of made a lot of hasty passes, and some of the passes were misplaced and helped Arsenal to defend. So that's the area I think Brighton needs to work on: composure and the maturity to have the balance between quick breaks and decisive passes forward, and recycling and keeping possession, so that the opponents don't have a chance in defending. And this is the reason why, even at one man down, even under pressure, Arsenal had created some big chances in the second half, because some of the misplaced passes by Brighton, Arsenal used them to hit them on the break. The most significant among them all was the 2 goals that Arsenal lost. The first one was Kai Havertz, and the second one was Kai Havertz creating a big chance for Saka, who managed to, he couldn't get his foot wrapped around that one and get the goal for Arsenal. So yeah, even if this one ended, if you're an Arsenal fan, you take the 1 point. You might feel it was 2 points dropped, but at the end of the season, we will find out. But if you are a Brighton fan, you believe that Arsenal was there today for the taking, that Brighton should have gone home with 3 points in this one. And don't forget that Brighton has been a team that has enjoyed playing at the Emirates in the past few seasons. Before last season, they've won Arsenal home at that season in Emirates, I think twice or 3 times the last 4 seasons. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. Like I always say, please don't forget to like this video, share the video as well to your content, and help us to keep working on this project. And also don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and support our work here. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think Arsenal, from what you've seen today, are you impressed with the way they stood their ground and defended their and not lose this game, or do you feel it shows weakness in the title charge this season? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and look forward to the panel coming up here and doing the weekend roundup of all the key games this weekend. That video will be dropping on Monday or Tuesday, and next weekend, being international break, we will use it to also evaluate. The panel will be here to evaluate the transfer window and the first 3 games of the season by these teams. By then, all the other teams would have played, would have known if there's anybody that's going to have a perfect start to the season. So far, Arsenal and Brighton have lost theirs. You will have Liverpool and Man City, that the other 2 teams that have won all their games so far before this weekend. We'll see what happens in their game as the weekend progresses. Yeah, this one ended. Arsenal won, Brighton won, and we'll go on to the